having some certain issues because of the different timing. Most of our Nigerian athletes in the US are in school, are in session now. So we find it very difficult that we want to have an arrangement with the schools if it won't affect their modules. The schools, we're trying to really emphasize on the schools to release them so that if they come back, if there's any makeup, they will do in their modules. We're monitoring their pre-event trials. We're monitoring them. However, with regards to their releases, we're really pushing to see we'll get the schools to release them because they are Nigerians. They are not American. First of all, they are Nigerians. And then if they have to make up any of their exams, they will make up. But so far, we will talk to our ministries of foreign affairs, to talk to the embassy, to talk to the several schools. We're not being segregated. Any athlete that meets the standard will be taken to Commonwealth.
Welcome back. Okay, that's Ibrahim Gusto was talking about the Athletics Federation of Nigeria president, how he's going to ensure that, well, they'll work along with the schools and see how the likes of Divine Odudu, and of course, I'm also be able to represent Nigeria at the Commonwealth Games. Chidebere, she's back in the studio. Chidebere, good morning. Good to have you.
Good morning, Sisi. Good morning. It's a pleasure to be back. It was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're good
Nice
now,
to
right?
be back.
Okay. You're listening to Ibrahim Guzo, talking about that. That's been a problem. Even NFL, had to raise the alarm, saying that, look, we may not have our best, legs, so to speak, at the Commonwealth Games because of the timing of the Commonwealth Games. It's in April. Remember the last one in Glasgow was around August or thereabout, was later in the year. But this time around, we may just have a little bit of glitches and all that.
One could say it might be a blessing in disguise for some athletes who still ply their trade in the country. Unfortunately, most of our athletes are in school, so of course you can't disrupt their academic schedule for the games, especially when they have to travel long distance. So it's just left for the Federation to get the best out of what we have indigenously and move from there. I think it's a no-brainer, really.
Do you think that's possible? Because tomorrow, that's when the main event will start. Today, all athletes are expected to have arrived to Abuja for the Commonwealth Games trials.
It's looking likely that we will have the trials with indigenous athletes. There are so many of them. I've seen, I think early last year, there was the Nigerian University Games. A couple of promising athletes who could actually transfer from, doing the university sports to national team sports.
How long does it take a promising athlete to be a realistic medal prospect?
Seeing what is happening in the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, you don't. There's not been any level of progression because apart from the long distance races that we've seen around the country, we've not had those competitions that will enable these athletes get better, and they get better by practice and competition, because there's only so much practice you can do without actual competition, and you will not be at your best when competition comes. So, like we've always been saying, the AFN, they need to get their acts together, get the other members of the board to be a part of the organization. The man cannot do it all by himself, and it's looking like he's doing it all by himself. I think the rest of them should bury the hatchet and let's grow the sport. Yes.
All right.
That's what is important. Grow the sport, because we've had 2 trials. Two Golden Lakes so far. The one in Port Harcourt, the one in Abuja, and we've seen some results. Not really impressive one.
The problem is the lack of consistency. The people that went to the one in Port Harcourt, some of them were not able to go to the one in Abuja, which is what the problem really is. There's a new tracking system of timing and athlete performance. But if you're not able to be consistent, if there's no consistency amongst the athletes, then, of course, it all boils down to things like sponsorship, availability, and all that. Some of these people work. So they try to fit. The problem we're having is that we don't have, because of the way the Federation has been in the last, say, 5 years, we don't have athletes who are necessarily dedicated to athletics. Yeah. We have people who do athletics as a part-time
or leisure,
or leisure, so, and it's not good for the development of our sports.
Okay, we'll leave at that. Talk about the D Tigers. You remember when the draw was made and then we're like, okay, it's going to be more like a tough one.
Yeah.
But right now, we're having reactions, coming from different angles. Actually, I've not really, we've not talked about this, right?
No, we've not.
Okay,
I think
we're
we're poised for a good one.
Okay.
It's not necessarily difficult. I think the girls, they have what it takes. They showed the rest of Africa that we have the legs. And going out there to the Worlds, I think every team on that list is beatable. It's the fact that I said something about this team while they were playing the FIBA Championship, that they were very, very good. Ability to interpret the coach's instructions. We saw them stumble a bit, but they could always, get back to the way it was. And I think the sky is the limit for them. Really.
Yeah. Okay, Oyedeji also, he's also confident that the girls can go all out and win 3 games. That's what the target is giving. Yeah, that's why he says he's former captain of the Tigers. And so when he's talking, you just have to listen.
Our group is a very, very, very tough group. Australia, we're talking about number 2, number 3 team in the world. We're talking about Turkey, the top 10 in the world. And Argentina, I think I can go with Argentina. We get our team together. We can get Argentina. We played against Turkey 2 years ago in Turkey, and during the OQT. We went there for a friendly game. They had a great team, very balanced team, smart experience. They played together for long, and they did well in the Olympics. Likewise, Australia. You're talking about they have about 3-4 players in WNBA, and they all play at home. They are a professional league. Argentina, I think we can get it, but it's basketball. Anything can happen. We just have to try to win 2 games out of those 3 games in the preliminary rounds. But we have to work harder. We have to assemble ourselves quicker. We have to just get a better organization. And we have to let all these crazy things, all this drama that we're doing right now, let it go. It's not time to play basketball. It's not time to stay focused and just put our energy and the preparation. We should start preparing right now. A Rome was not built in a day. We're not going to start practicing or start planning in about July or June that say we're going to win. It's going to turn. This is not. But the one thing I like about this thing, like this set of this thing already, the tune already been set during the Olympic qualifier tournament in France, in Nantes. So you could see them, we stormed Korea, we're in the top 10. Now they added 2 more players to that one we had last year. So we just need to add about 3-4 more quality players that can make it. With that one, I think we have a fair chance.